privilege to introduce our
उनसे मांगने
next
को बोल रहा है
key guest speaker, Dr. Sandeep Shandilya,
चलो
Director Academic, Banjara. Uh, he is PhD in Commerce as well as in Economics also. He has qualified UGC NET in multiple subjects, namely Commerce, Economics, Management, Population Studies, Human Resource Management, Education, and he has also qualified UP SLAT in Commerce. He is also SEBI certified research analyst. He has more than 22 years of experience of guiding and teaching postgraduate students and research scholars in different institutes. Apart from guiding PhDs, he has also done research work and projects on higher education. He has presented 68 research papers in national and international conferences and published more than 40 research papers in distinguished journals and books. Besides presenting the papers, he also chaired the session at national
इधर से आ रहा
seminar, workshop, and presented papers as keynote speaker, special talk, special lectures, and chairperson. As a resource person, he has joined various workshops on the theme of classroom management, life skills, research methodology, career in banking, aptitude, and mental ability, and UGC NET JRF workshops. He has delivered lectures at Academic Staff College and Residential Coaching Academy for IAS and PCS. He has also published 7 books with distinguished publishers in the area of management and education. He is a member of numerous bodies related to higher education. He is also in the board of management and advisory board of good number of institutes and universities. He is a lifetime member of Uttar Pradesh Uttarakhand Economic Association and a lifetime member and research advisor in RDC panel of Monard University, UP. He has developed his own Chandelian technique to solve direction and order problems of reasoning. He is providing consultancy services to UGC sponsored Career Planning Center, Coaching and Guidance Center, Residential Coaching Academy for Civil Services and Judicial Services, etc., at Aligarh Muslim University since 1997. A warm welcome to Shandil sir on my behalf and behalf of Faculty of Management, St. John's College. Now, I would like to hand over this platform to Dr. Sandeep Shandilya. Shandil sir, please enlighten
thank you very
us with
much
your words and experience. Thank you.
thank you sir thank you for such a kind of welcome and elaborate resume reading of mine. I'm a small creature. Are you all listening me, sir?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay,
You are
okay,
audible,
okay,
sir.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Then I'm just continuing. First of all, let me thank my colleague, my earlier colleague at one of these universities at Aligarh, Dr. Jitin Singh Shekharwal, whom I call Dynamite, and he has been instrumental in making all this platform possible for all of us. And it's a kind of replica of the Kanpur webinar I'm seeing here. My two learned colleagues, seniors, are here. First of all, let me thank the Chief Patron, Professor, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Agra University, Professor Ashok Mittal, who is not joining, but he is the Chief Patron, and the patron of this webinar, Professor S.P. Singh. Because of his vision, we are all together here. And the convener of this webinar, Professor Joy, the HOD of Faculty of Management of St. John's. And I'm told that the entire faculty is involved in this webinar, so thanks to all of them. And my thanks to Professor S.N. Kulkarni, the youngest Vice Chancellor, and I rate him the most dynamic Vice Chancellor, in fact, this country has ever seen. And I worked him and have enjoyed those days. Similarly, another chief guest, Professor Ravi Kumar, the director of the institute at the same university for 6 years, the longest director under whom I worked and learned so many things, the same university. So only one resource person is missing, otherwise we all four were there in Kanpur. And this is just a coincidence, even the topic is quite similar. So this is making our lives easier. But even then, I will not repeat the things which have already been said by me there. I will try to add something more. Of course, we'll draw some ideas from there also. So I'm beginning my talk with a small statement of mine, which I recently shared with some of my academic colleagues and got some good reviews from them. And then my entire talk will try to explain that one statement. In fact, I was getting some clues from Muhammad Anis and Professor Abhay Kumar and Professor Kulkarni also. They're almost the same thing. They were also saying they're trying to say the same thing in a slightly different mode. The statement goes like this: economics is harsh. Uh, economics is a harsh reality of commerce, harsh academic reality of commerce. Economics is harsh academic reality of commerce. I will let me decode this statement to make the life easier for some of you. And it means that their ethics versus profit. Okay, what's happening, as Professor Anis was suggesting, that we are moving more towards profit and less towards ethics. I will say the composition of management education as well as the practice is more tilted towards commerce and less towards economics. So this I will build up with certain very interesting examples, real life examples from my own life. First of all, let me share that this discipline, management, is, I think, the finest disposition of interdisciplinary kind of approach towards education ever on this planet Earth. Okay, this is a wonderful interdisciplinary kind of approach which we call the management or MBA. Okay, I'm citing one very interesting example to further explain what I'm trying to advocate, that it is the perfect example of this interdisciplinary approach. This is an event way back, I think, maybe around 15 to 20 years back at Aligarh Muslim University Coaching and Guidance Center. There, we used to guide the students for MBA entrance test. Once they used to qualify the written part, then there was a customary at that Coaching and Guidance Center that all of those who have cleared written, they used to be given guidance about the interview part, interview and GD. And I used to be there with some of the professors of the management department of Aligarh Muslim University. And among the various itineraries or various uh, line of actions which we used to discuss and guide those students, one used to be to relate their graduation with MBA. So, for example, there is a student BA Hindi. Now he may be asked by the board there at the MBA entrance, final that will be the entry to the MBA education, that why you are trying to pursue or why you are looking to become MBA after BA Hindi, why not MA Hindi? So so these things we used to discuss, and a lot of GDs and interviews. These were the things which we used to discuss there. And one used to be this aspect. Now I'm citing one very, very interesting example. There was a girl who just cleared B.Ed from Aligarh Muslim University, and she happened to qualify the MBA entrance test of AMU. Now this was a real puzzle, but at times it was very difficult to relate these two things. And she came to me and said that, sir, I'm really keen to pursue MBA, but I'll be thrown out and no one will consider me, because how will I relate this B.Ed with the MBA? Absolutely, there is no relation whatsoever. Then I said that, what you study in MBA? She could not understand what I'm trying to ask from her. Then I said that it is management education. I asked her, just reverse the nomenclature. Even then she could not get. I said that management education, you reverse it, it becomes education management. And then you tell the interview board that, look, I'm from education background and I'm going to deal with the education management. And you can just see that with this kind of, I just am trying to cite this example to show the vastness of the coverage of management. You just pick up any meaningful word from dictionary and put management behind it, you will have something. You may even get Nobel Prize for if you keep on writing on that. And not in the theoretical, but on the practical terms also, a lot of the coverage and lot of interdisciplinary approach and elements you find what we call MBA. Then I said that, girl, look, you are better poised than everyone else, even the engineers. Okay, and I think all of my colleagues and seniors will admit that education management is the biggest challenge, and pandemic has made it to for very nicely. One of the biggest higher education system in the world in terms of enrollments at least, and now uh, we are not in a position to manage this properly. Of course, pandemic is in the background. So education management is a big challenge both at micro and macro level. So this example was just to uh, give you some introductory things about the management, and particularly about the interdisciplinary dimensions and the vast coverage what of the discipline what we call MBA. Okay, now I will talk about three orientations, because there is the topic is orientation, kind of things, this with respect to the career prospects in management. Before I start these orientations, which are have been my observations over the years, and of course one observation is related with the pandemic, let me tell you one of my suggestions or one of my observations over the years. Look, if you want to become manager, please keep track of trends, not the finer facts and figures. This is better you leave for economics and leave for academicians. Okay, you must know the trends properly. What is the trend flowing? Okay, and then you will become the good manager, rather than going into the nitty gritty of the finer facts and figures. Leave it to economics, leave it to the researchers, and leave it to the academicians better. Okay, now the first orientation. This is I'm drawing from my last presentation at the Kanpur. Two things are emerging out of this pandemic, and this is not only for you BBA students, it is for the entire world. I said there, I'm repeating here. One is the environmental conservation, and second is the disaster management. Your orientation towards these two things is extremely important. Directly or indirectly, your aptitude will be tested on these two grounds whenever you are going to face any interview for the job in the corporate world. Maybe in the written form, or maybe in the interview, they will ask these kind of things, and your orientation and your love and affection, whatever you have done in the student life, the extracurricular activities regarding environmental conservation and disaster management will of course draw the attention of the employers. This is my suggestion to you. So please, and no doubt these two things were very well highlighted and recognized by UGC, and every now and then UGC was writing to vice chancellors and higher education institutions, please take care of these two areas in your respective institutes and universities. But I will say that only the lip service treatment was being given to these things. I'm citing very interesting but funny example. Perhaps if I'm not wrong, it was 2006. I was performing invigilation duties in one of the colleges of a state affiliated college. It was affiliated to one of the state universities. I'm not going to name that. And BA first year students were appearing in the exam. And all of a sudden, one announcement was being made. Look, one more paper has been. I will not say I will restrain it for calling it as paper, because paper means first will be taught, then examination will be taken. The announcement was being made like that. Be prepared. There is another exam towards the end, and that was on environmental conservation. So look how funny it is. Suppose you are pursuing BA, you have to appear in 6 exams. You are going for 4th exams. Announcement is being made that is 7th exam also. And that exam happens to be what? The paper on environment conservation. No, this kind of treatment, these things don't deserve. The very, very serious treatment now onwards. That was a funny example, but I tried to just explain that these are very worthy and very costly things. The environment, please take them seriously. Don't make the fun like that. That exams, final exams are going on, are just making a formality. Because we have to live, not only we have to live and practice these things in the days to come if humanity wants to survive on Earth. So this was the first orientation which came to my mind. Two more orientations. This orientation is the recent origin. I won't say recent origin. It was very well there in my unconscious mind earlier too, but only pandemic has put it to forth and would make it to come like this. And like a second orientation. Okay, look, my dear friends, as I told you that I'm speaking in terms of trends. In the beginning itself, I told you if you want to become managers, be uh, keep the track of trends carefully rather than the nitty gritty and finer things. Okay, I won't say that these things are not required. At times it may be needed that you need to go into depth, but in general, the trends will speak and will tell you more about your managerial skills and acumen. Okay, two things I'm noting. Keep it in mind. The most important resource is human resource. There is a kind of orientation of the entire management education that human resource is human capital. Okay, so try, please respect this capital. Please respect your human resource and orient yourself like that, that you respect it properly. Another thing, what is happening because of globalization, look, the effect of globalization is too much, is so much. Even the pandemic took advantage of globalization, because now entire globe is a village, so it could travel from China to all parts of the world so easily. So the way the trade moves on, the similarly pandemic orientation of the management education in the years to come, which I'm foreseeing, will be global in nature. And that means that it doesn't mean that I'm saying that start disrespecting the local things or your country. No, it will be very well there. But what I'm trying to advocate here, the financial management is slowly turning into international financial management. Not exactly, but you need to know the things. Human resource management in particular is going to become international human resource management. And being a proud Indian, let me say one thing which I say with proud in so many places: India is a globe in itself. And India is a perfect laboratory to churn out international managers. Because when you have to become international managers, you have to know about different cultures. And when you are living in a globe itself, this is available to you at your doorstep itself. India is a globe in itself. Okay, so this is the reason that we are in a position to churn out international managers of remarkable capacities, because we are a globe, and of course the globe can only give the managers of global level. So this was second thing. The third thing, quickly, I'm coming to, because I think 15 to 20 minutes being assigned. So third orientation, it is again an interesting one from my past experiences of 10, 20 years. Look, when students opt for MBA streams, like what will opt for finance or HR or marketing and whatever, I'm considering two. Generally, those students who are not having any background in graduation of related to finance or accounting, they tend to take human resource management as their specialization. Because why? Then they need not to study much of the accounts. Few papers, few common papers of finance and financial management in the first semester, and the life is okay. But now, as a thinker, as a management thinker, I'm already foreseen it earlier, that there is a kind of trend, because of the issues like human resource accounting, because of the issues like environmental accounting, because of the issues like energy accounting, that these human resource and finance are coming close to each other. I laughingly used to suggest my students of MBA HR, look, you have run away from accounts to take shelter in this stream MBA HR, but operationally in years to come, what is happening? Accounting is coming close to you, because slowly this financial accounting is become will be dominated by the issues like human resource accounting. That means now the trend will be there, that we will be showing that how much worth of human capital we have in our business. So these things will happen, and that time you will be the people who will be asked to contribute in this human resource accounting. At that time, you will be dominated by the issues like human resource accounting. That means now the trend will be there, that we will be showing that how much worth of human capital we have in our business. So these things will happen, and that time you will be the people who will be asked to contribute in this human resource accounting. At that time, you will be looking here and there. So same suggestion was for finance students also used to be from my side, that okay, please, finance students, you also study human resource management carefully, and human resource management, please don't run away from account, because human resource accounting is waiting for you. And that time, these knowledge of financial accounting and accounting aspects will be of great demand. At present, these issues are passing through nascent stage, and lot of work is needed to be done in these areas: human resource accounting, environmental accounting, and all that. And I will suggest that keep this orientation also in mind. My job has been made easier by Professor Anis, while he was specifically and particularly pointing about some particular designations and areas where you can go. I'm speaking in general, in trends, the trends which are flowing and across the board kind of things, and the suggestions flowing from my side. So this was the third orientation. Okay. Now let me quickly come to again the statement which I made in the beginning. Economics is harsh academic reality of commerce. I think I've given you ample examples that at present time what is happening that profit is at second position and the ethics. Sorry, profit is ahead of ethics. Or I will say that in management education, the composition is more tilted towards commerce. Commerce here is representing profit and trade, and economics is representing the ethics part. So it is less dominated. Economics is less dominated. It appears not only in education but in practice also when we go to the corporate world, and it needs to be checked sincerely. So these were certain observations which I wanted to discuss with you, and with this I'm trying to come to the conclusion. तो जैसे कि एक चलन है और मैं अमेश सर को बताऊं कि मैं मुस्कुरा इसलिए आता कि तभी मेरा एक विद्यार्थी मेरी मदद के लिए आ गया था सर, और बहुत ही मजे का ये माजरा हो जाता है जब आप सब लोगों से मुलाकात हो रही है इस रूप में कई कई सालों के बाद। तो मैंने अपने पिता से एक विधा सीखी, कुछ लिखने लिखाने लगा। अभी कुछ दिनों पहले कुछ लिखा था और प्रारंभ में ये तय कर दिया था कि शायद आज सेंट जॉन्स के लिए मैं ये कुछ पंक्तियां दे पाऊंगा। देखिए इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है कि बहुत ही एविडेंट और बहुत ही मानव ये विद्यालय है, एक इदारा है, पूरे हिंदुस्तान में इसका नाम है और बड़े बड़े ही इज्जत के साथ हम लोग देखते हैं इसको, सेंट जॉन्स को, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं। तो आपके इसी अंदाज को मैं अपनी दो पंक्तियां समर्पित करता चलता हूँ। चुरा लोगे सब कुछ मगर न चुरा सकोगे मेरा अंदाज, चुरा लोगे सब कुछ मगर न चुरा सकोगे मेरा अंदाज, शहर में तमाशे तो बहुत हैं मगर सबसे जुदा है मेरा अंदाज। तो सेंट जॉन्स के इसी अंदाज को जो एक जमाने से सीना तान के खड़ा है, और मैं एक बात कह रहा हूँ कि पूरी आगरा यूनिवर्सिटी की शान है जो लेगेसी बन के उसको आगे चला रहा है। और थैंक यू वेरी मच, आई होप आई कुड जस्टिफाई माय प्रेजेंस हियर, एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच Dr. Sandeep Shandilya. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Sandeep sir, for enlightening us with motivation words and with your diary. I am audible to all.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Now it is my turn to deliver vote of thanks. I am Dr. Jiten Singh Shikarwar, faculty